Hey, what's up guys, it's Matt with the Movement System. In this video, we're gonna talk about how to build bicep tendon strength in 5 minutes. It's pretty common to have anterior shoulder pain or pain right here in the front of the shoulder with exercises like bench press, dips, and upright rows or reaching behind the back, and even back squat where you stretch this front of the shoulder. Often we call that pain in the front of the shoulder biceps tendinopathy. I've worked with a bunch of different clients with this anterior shoulder pain and narrowed down the exercises that really help it the most to 3 main different exercises. Before I show you what those 3 exercises are though, I want to give you 60 seconds of tendon science so that you understand why we're doing those specific exercises. Okay, so here's the basics of what's going on. We have a muscle like the bicep muscle, and then we have the tendon that connects that muscle to the bone. In the case of the bicep, we actually have a 2-headed muscle, so 2 muscles, one that goes up through this groove and into the shoulder, and then one that goes up to this bone right here. In the case of the bicep, it's usually this groove through the front of the shoulder here that's giving more pain. We can represent that area of damaged or degenerative tendon with these X's right here. And typically, even though we have an area of painful tendon, we also have healthy tendon that goes around it. With a lot of exercises that we do, like typical bicep curls for 10 or 12 or 15 reps, we're mostly just gonna be loading the healthy tendon area. And the reason for that is that the body doesn't want to load this damaged area. That's because it's painful when it tries to load there. But if we actually want to stimulate this damaged tendon area to heal, we do need to get a stimulus and a load to it. But we need to do so in a safe way. What the most current research points towards is using slow, long duration, heavy holds to get a slow lengthening through this damaged area. We call this process viscoelastic creep. The way we do this is with a muscle contraction, for example, of the bicep muscle, for about 30 seconds. As we hold that contraction, the muscle slowly shortens. During that same time, the tendon is slowly lengthening or going through a process that we call viscoelastic creep. If you get the positions and the load and the timing right for this, you're gonna get a stimulus where that tendon is gonna slowly lengthen and we're gonna stimulate collagen synthesis or building tendon properties through this damaged area. But this is more specific than people realize, and it's quite difficult to do and often takes quite a while. But big picture, there's a lot of research on this, and there's a lot of things that don't really help this, like stretching, ice, massage, and fast exercises, as well as really light exercises. So I wanna make sure that you're not doing all the other things that don't work, and you're specifically loading this tendon to get that stress relaxation creep response, stimulate collagen synthesis where you need to, and build that tendon back up. Now let's talk about how to do that. All right, so now let's go ahead and show you exercise number 1, which is gonna be called the open can isometric. We'll talk about why. This exercise is going to directly load the bicep tendon, and all you need for it is a wall. So you're gonna find a spot on the wall, and it's really important how you position yourself to get the load in the right area here. So we don't wanna go right next to a wall back here where we're pushing into the side and stretching the front of the shoulder. We also don't wanna go directly facing the wall. Instead, we wanna go at an angle so that the arm is at about a 30-degree angle out from the body this way, and about a 45-degree angle this way. Meaning it's not in front, it's not to the side, it's about halfway in between. So from here, we're just gonna find a fist, and we're gonna have the thumb up, and we're gonna push directly into the wall. The reason that we're doing it this way is so that when we direct the load right to that bicep tendon where it's irritable. Now, it's really important how we do this exercise. So we're gonna do a 30-second hold, but how hard should you actually push into the wall? Some people make the mistake of pushing so little that they have 0 out of 10 pain, but it's probably not enough load to actually make meaningful progress in rebuilding that tendon. Another mistake would be pushing so hard that it's more than 4 out of 10 pain, and that pain is lasting for 24 hours or more and not returning back to baseline. In that case, you might be causing more irritation. So what the research supports and what I ask patients to do is to aim for a 3 to 4 out of 10 pain level. So the way that we're gonna do this exercise is to position that fist pushing into the wall at the right angle, and then to push for 30 seconds to where it's about that 3 out of 10 pain, and we're gonna hold for 30 seconds. At 30 seconds, we're gonna rest. We're gonna rest for 90 seconds, and then we're gonna repeat. We're gonna do this 3 times. So 30 seconds on, 90 seconds rest. 3 times is about 5 minutes of work to that bicep tendon. Another way to do that open can isometric would just be with a dumbbell. Again, holding it not all the way out to the side, not forward, at that angle, up away from the body, thumb up. You can again hold this position for 30 seconds and then rest. You just have to get a weight that gets you to that 3 to 4 out of 10 pain level. And again, the important thing here is that 30-second isometric, where the muscle can slowly shorten, the tendon can slowly lengthen and stimulate that collagen protein synthesis. That isometric stimulus typically isn't as irritating as those deeper range of motions on bench press and dips and reaching behind the back and things like that. So what we really want to do to make this comprehensive and really help that bicep tendon is to substitute out the irritable things like deep bench press and substitute in something like floor press in conjunction with the isometrics. So for example, while you're doing these isometric holds with progressively more weight or intensity for about 4 to 8 weeks, you may want to substitute out your deep barbell bench press with a floor press for that same 4 to 8 weeks. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to exercise number 2, and that is going to be a preacher curl, but a preacher curl done specifically where we're holding different positions for about 10 to 15 seconds. So if we just do a regular preacher curl where we're moving up and down, we're not really gonna get that slow muscle shortening and slow tendon lengthening to stimulate the tendon. So the way that we're gonna do this preacher curl exercise is by going down, holding a position for 10 seconds, going a little bit farther, holding that position for 10 seconds, and then going a little bit farther and holding that position for 10 seconds. That protocol, again, is 30 seconds, then we're gonna rest for 90 seconds and repeat 3 times. That protocol with isometrics is not gonna build the most muscle strength. In fact, instead, it's going to be specific to building tendon strength. If all you've ever done is muscle-specific strengthening and you've never done the isometric work to the tendon, plan to spend at least 4 to 8 weeks on this, up to 12 weeks. We typically see in the research that it takes up to about 3 months to fully heal tendons like the bicep tendon. So especially if this is something that's chronic or been going on for a while, plan to make significant changes to your program for 2 to 3 months. All right, now exercise number 3 is going to be specific to the rotator cuff. The first variation I'm going to show you is with a band. I like these Perform Better bands, which I'll link below. But if you don't have bands, I'll show you how to do it with a dumbbell as well. The exercise is going to look like this, where we're pulling the band apart. We're doing shoulder external rotation. And the reason we're doing that is for the rotator cuff muscles in the back of the shoulder. The reason we want to strengthen these is that the stronger and the more stable we can get through the rotator cuff, typically the less load that's going to be taken up through the bicep tendon. The bicep tendon shouldn't really have to stabilize the shoulder, but in the case of a weak or painful rotator cuff, often it does have to take up extra work in what we call glenohumeral or shoulder joint stability. And quite consistently we see with patients, if we build that rotator cuff strength, then the bicep tendon feels better. All right, so here's a simple way to do that with exercise number 3, which is shoulder external rotation isometrics. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a position, for example, elbows by the side of the body, and then we're gonna focus on pulling the palms apart. Really important, we're not gonna pull the elbows apart. We're gonna keep the elbows by the side and we're gonna focus on separating the palms. This is gonna isolate that work to the back of the shoulder or to the rotator cuff area. Once we get a good amount of tension here where we're pulling the palms apart, we're just gonna hold it for 30 seconds. If you're doing this right, you're gonna have a tall chest, elbows by the side, and the back of your shoulder is gonna be on fire. Specifically right here. Same protocol as before, we're going 30 seconds on, 90 seconds rest, 3 times. All right, and if you don't have that small band, you can do it with a dumbbell, but it's a little bit harder to set up and it takes twice as long because you have to do each arm. But here's how you would do it. You'd put your elbow on your knee, and then if we come to the side, you can see that we're not all the way upright like this, we're forward just a little bit. As we come forward, that's gonna work the back of the shoulder muscle here. So we're gonna come down just enough to feel that really strong muscle contraction in the back of the shoulder. Hold it there for 30 seconds. Okay, so to summarize, instead of doing endless stretches and massage and ice and having this go on for months and years like it does for a lot of people, what we wanna do is just directly load that bicep tendon, 30 seconds on, 90 seconds rest, 3 times. And I typically recommend doing this every other day. And plan to be doing this for up to 3 months. That's a pretty typical healing timeline for this type of injury. If this video is helpful for you, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.